Hello, welcome. Continuing stuff like
The gruff voices of hobgoblins can be heard nearby. These camps appear well organized, as if the crew expects to stay for a while.
run up here, kill.
The briny air stinks unmistakably of ogre. Dinks, the first mate of the Bomb Raider, has fought his last battle. Yar's orders say he's to sail on Stormreach and blockade the harbor. Keep him from leaving the inlet.
If there's anyone in the level range on Shadowdale, they can come and join me.
Several patrols are winding through the inlet's valleys. Take caution as you advance. have found 6 powder kegs. Use them to trap Yar's schooner while he's ashore. Hubble the Hobgoblin stands with weapons drawn and a foul expression on his face. Hubble the Hobgoblin has been hacked apart. At a cook pot in the back of the camp, a kobold mixes a pungent brew. Scar-tongue flails in agony, then stops moving altogether. You have saved 8 crewmates from the Banshee. This small vessel barely looks seaworthy. The draft of Yar-Yar's flagship must be too deep to anchor in such shallow waters.
Get in.
Yar-Yar's schooner has been transformed into a floating bomb. You hear a bellowing voice not far away. Probably Yar-Yar's schooner has been discovered at the end of the inlet. Yar-Yar would be stranded without it. Then he does, effectively calling his own bluff. Howls in triumph. Yar-Yar is dead. The Banshee is avenged. 3 cheers for our bonny rescuers.
Aid.
Your were-rat ally has found a way into the underground arenas run by the Night Brigade. You've been given a special talisman that allows you to transform into a rat when needed. Sneak inside and defeat the Night Brigade's battlemaster. The talisman shines brilliantly for a moment, and you transform into a rat. A wary panther stalks these halls, searching for prey. Best to avoid confrontation, as you cannot fight in this form. This crowd of people makes an ideal hiding spot for a small creature. Being a rat has its advantages. The rat talisman shines once more, and you revert back to your normal form.
Hey.
A magical voice booms from all around. The challengers for our first bout have entered the arena. Can they survive against the Night Brigade's hand-raised reptilian terrors? Let's find out. The magical voice calls out once more. The challengers win, earning them the chance to move on to the second arena. Was this victory true skill or dumb luck? Only time will tell.
Parting Jester, welcome in. Finish him.
Let's all welcome the newcomers to the second arena. Their opponents this time are straight from the snowy peaks of the Stormhorns. A band of fierce and deadly orcs. May the most brutal fighters win. Unbelievable! The warband has been defeated. There will be a brief pause to give the newcomers a chance to rest and wash the blood off their blades. But the question remains, do they have what it takes to make it all the way? Night Brigade lackeys guard the door leading further into the cave system. So far, you've played their game. Now, it's time for them to play yours. The reigning champion of the final arena, a massive cloud giant, has just defeated a displacer beast. A trapdoor opens, swallowing the corpse of the defeated. The cloud giant then turns to attack, resigned to his fate. In the arena, there can only be victory or death, nothing else. As the cloud giant falters, the Night Brigade's battlemaster rushes into the arena to continue the fight. Agartha the Breaker enters the fray with a joyous battle cry. You've defeated the battlemaster and destroyed her arenas. Now that you've deprived the Night Brigade of their best trained fighters, it should be easier to bring the gang to their knees. Like many wizards, the Grand Arcanist has built his lair high atop a tower. You ready yourself for the inevitable climb up the stairs.
Yes, that one.
The stairs continue to spiral upward. You
He
step
wants the
on
necklace.
and your leg
I don't blame him. It's very
muscles
good.
climbing. You try the door at the top of the stairs, only to discover that it's barred shut on the other side. But you notice a gap at the bottom of the door. Something could squeeze in there. Something small, like a rat. Ooh, what's this? Rats appearing on my doorstep? Wonderful. A volunteer to test my labyrinth. The open room suddenly melts away, and you find yourself surrounded by looming walls. The Grand Arcanist has made you a test subject in his labyrinth. Now to make your way out. You hear a small voice in the corner, beckoning you over. The pitiful creature tells you that it was imprisoned inside this labyrinth as one of the Grand Arcanist's test subjects, just as you were. It and a few of its friends have managed to make it into the walls, but it has been unable to escape past the guards until you came along. It asks you to help its friends as well. final test subject leaves the maze with a small
Hold on a sec,
of
please.
gratitude. Now to make sure the Grand Arcanist can't get away with any more of his sadistic experiments. You found your way through the twists and turns of the Grand Arcanist's maze at long last. When you finally reach him, you'll be sure to let him know exactly what you thought of it.
What's this? How did you get in here? You've ruined my experiment! These will make you suffer! Let me have my notebook to record the results. How curious.
You've brought an end to the Grand Arcanist and his strange experiments along with him. One more of the Night Brigade's lieutenants has been dealt with, and you're one step closer to getting revenge for the were-rats. The were-rats sent you here to track down another major member of the Night Brigade. This one is known as the Master Thief, but she won't be easy to find. You barely catch the sound of a muffled conversation, but it quickly falls silent as you approach.
Clear out that room. Ah! Found.
This area matches the description the were-rats gave you. You're on the right track. You hear the telltale click of a trap just before the floor collapses. With the last piece of the puzzle falling into position, a magical floor reconnects the two hallways. A menacing growl fills the chamber as the panther rises to its feet. The panther crumples, its life spent. The lever is pulled, and the cage door swings open.
Just open.
opulent manor seems quite out of place after all of the damp sewers and dusty tunnels you had to traverse to reach it. The Master Thief's nose wrinkles in distaste as you enter.
Oh, came through the sewers, did you? I hope you enjoyed all the little traps I laid.
I built all that to separate.
No, I thought your traps sucked.
Talented rogues make it through.
I thought your traps sucked.
But I doubt you came all this way looking for a place in my guild, or even to steal my treasure.
No, you got hero here all over you.
You're here for something more confrontational, let's say.
Well, far be it from me to keep you waiting. Kill him.
They didn't last long. Guess this is one of those jobs I have to do myself. The Master Thief falls to the ground, gasping.
How did you get so short?
With the Master Thief defeated,
Not bad.
the Night Brigade stands on the brink of defeat. The were-rats will be pleased to hear how their plan is going.
Some
This is the entrance to a temple of Shah, where the Night Brigade's leader is said to live. Now to find a way inside. The stranger asks you to do what you can to bring Saluna's light to Shah's temple. You spot a small hole up in the wall ahead, leading into the Shah temple. You shift into rat form so that you can make your way inside. Now that you've reached the temple's entrance hall, you resume your normal form. Peering past the gloom into the center of this vast chamber, you see an altar devoted to Shah, the goddess of night, shadow, and loss. You've come here seeking revenge. Once you understand what Shah offers, you will choose to remain here, held in her dark embrace. Shah's altar is protected by shadows, her fierce and faithful allies. A group of Shah worshippers stand before a vast black pit. You can barely make out a rope spanning the gap. To your astonishment, one of the worshippers steps over the edge and drops down into the darkness. Light floods the pit, revealing huge piles of garbage. Your stomach sinks when you spot the corpses of many Shah followers among the refuse. Shah's darkness concealed a harsh reality, not sweet oblivion. The balcony here looks out into the deep night. An oppressive silence hangs over the city, with not even the sound of a barking dog to break it. Steps lead down into a dark hall. At first glance, there's nothing here but heaps of dirt and rubble. There's nothing this way but junk. Cast-offs from my years in the Night Brigade. I've given it to my pets for them to play with. Strange. This room is filled with gold, not junk. Stranger still, the gold is moving. You found another rat hole, so you shift into rat form once again. You resume your normal form as you enter the hallway. You've arrived at last, just in time for my last offering to shower. Selena's light strikes down some of the attacking shadows. I spent my life spreading the goddess's darkness in this city, and I'll die doing the same. The Night Brigade has fallen. You've punished their crimes and avenged their victims. Yet a thought rises unbidden in your mind. The truest victory against Shah's darkness is to make a light.
And I'm not going for the optional. Just the optionals.
You hear a commotion up ahead. Is this the right time to intervene? A group of kobolds guard the entrance here. They seem wary of strangers, but they don't attack. The Sahuagin agitators are lying to get a reaction out of the rest. Why would they do that? Kawagin are guarding something here. They try to stare you down. Weapons ready. From the top of the stairs, Travash calls out.
See, it takes a professional to take out the trash. Do better next time.
The Arcanist opens the way to a previously unexplored section of the sunken sewer. Swarms of insects have been attacking anyone who tries to enter. In response, the city has called in pest control, which is to say, you. The door is secured with a green lock. Surely there must be a way to open it nearby. This page is covered with dense, illegible scrolls. From what you can make out, whoever wrote it is completely out of touch with reality. A nearby gate squeals open when the lever is pulled. The green door has been opened. You can now proceed further into the vermin-infested sewers. You spot the familiar outline of a treasure chest through the sealed gate. Surely there must be a way to get to it. You found another locked door. This one sports a purple lock.
Nice.
The purple door grinds open. A sudden whiff of freshness in the air suggests you may have opened a way to the surface.
I got it open.
At the bottom of this immense sinkhole stands a druid. When he spots you, he breaks off his insane rant to attack. When the druid collapses in defeat, the swarm loses its cohesion, dispersing into holes and crannies in the walls. The cleaning crews can now return in safety and continue their never-ending task of making the Storm Reach sewers a slightly better place.
Sure.
Lobnell_gaming followed a bad stream. Sucks to be them.
Oh, no, thanks for the follow.
Shards of glass litter the floor in front of you, the remains of a partially destroyed skylight up above. An agent of Arganesson impatiently motions for you to speak to him. A cat has been accidentally polymorphed into a dragon and escaped into the streets of Stormreach. You've been asked to lure the creature into an alley so it can be returned to its original form. Receive your attention and speak to Olivia Snow to learn more. Olivia asks you to obtain some nice milk to distract the cat turned dragon. There's a dairy merchant nearby who should be able to set you up. A group of toughs appear to be speaking to a very large rat. Before you can figure out what's going on, the toughs turn towards you. A smallish dragon is napping peacefully in the root. It seems unconcerned by your presence. You've obtained enough milk to distract the cat dragon. Next, you must locate a certain House Cannith artificer to acquire a power source for your trap. This large fire method is surrounded by destroyed towers and storage vehicles. The method falls. In its last moments, it reaches out, yearning to touch the nearby parchment, which burns away as the creature expires. The House Cannith artificer tells you will deliver the apparatus to the requested location. Courtesy of you about a giant ball of yarn. Even more toughs rush forward to attack. Someone must really have it in for you to have hired so many. The small red dragon A pile of destroyed armor and corroded metal surrounds the rust monster. The rust monster collapses onto its pile of broken weapons and armor. Panic squeak as you approach the wall. The Weaver tells you the giant ball of yarn can be found in a storeroom to the south. As you reach out to examine the gigantic ball of yarn, you're distracted by shouts from behind the far wall. Your hand slips, and the ball begins to roll uncontrollably. It smashes through the wall. The rat runs off and squeezes into a crack in the wall. The entrance to the alleyway is blocked by a magical barrier. It seems to prevent living creatures from entering. You pull the lever and a beam of energy shoots through the nearby alley. The sound of flapping wings can be heard overhead. Your bright light beam has attracted the cat dragon's attention. As milk begins to pour out of the spigot, you hear something approaching. But it's not the cat dragon. It's a mimic surrounded by hired toughs. It seems to want to speak. The creature sputters curses at you, furious you've thwarted its plan. It orders the toughs to attack. The mimic sputters curses at you as you defeat it. paw at the giant ball of yarn. Olivia appears and beckons for you to talk to her. Olivia explains that while the cat dragon's transformation was an accident, the other creatures were polymorphed as punishment for their very real transgressions. She assures you that she'll return the cat dragon to its form. The polymorphed cat lets out a low growl. This must be what it sounds like when a dragon tries to purr. The beast seems content to stay in the alley and play with its toys for now, allowing the Argonessan wizards to transform it back at their leisure.
Something strange has been sighted off the coast of Stormreach, the mysterious Isle of Dread. Speak to Wolf, the gatekeeper in Stormreach Harbor, to learn more about this land of dinosaurs in danger.
Thank you for shares.
The Weeping Cove is rumored to be a resting place of Two-Toed Tobias, an ancient three-barrel legend. The cacophony of wailing and moaning becomes clearer as you enter the cave. An opening in the ground reveals another body of water to explore. The valve triggers a rush of water through the pipes, followed by the sound of a door opening. A strong current pushes against you. You hear doors close ahead and behind you. You fear that you are trapped. Cervantes, two-toed Tobias's first mate, has been returned to the depths. A slight breeze emerges from behind the wall. A ship's mast rises up from a chasm in the cave floor. Levers appear on opposite sides of the room, adorned with bullseyes. As the lever flips back, the floor opens. The door before you opens as if you were expected. The supposed urban legend speaks to you. The legend of Two-Toed Tobias was not just an urban myth, although it is doubtful that anyone will believe your tale of victory.
I can pass these. Speed items are actually useful.
The Sleeping Cove is rumored to be a resting place of Two-Toed Tobias, an ancient three-barrel legend. A cave extends deep into the rock behind this waterfall. The grotto is warm and damp. The sound of dripping water surrounds you, and a faint, musky odor hangs in the air. You glimpse a glimmer of light behind the waterfall. Hissing and snarling rise up from the water below. This must be the troglodyte's main den. A huge troglodyte stirs in the mist. This is Zauch, chieftain of the tribe. Chief Zauch, progenitor of the eggs, has been slain. Through the arches lies the way to Great Garl's resting place. Red Tom and his lot never made it this far. Here, in this sea-flooded cave, are the last of the troglodyte's eggs. Sputtering greasy slime, the last of the troglodyte's eggs ruptures. The breeding grounds are destroyed. A cave extends deep into the rock behind this waterfall. The feel of this place has changed. The air is strangely cold now, and the scent of old decay has replaced the troglodyte's musk. The chill flows out from behind the falls, so strong that the water makes your feet numb with cold. whisper drifts out of the dark from beyond the vault. Who disturbs my tomb? Dog, you will never see the sun again.
Oh, when the action boost just enters cooldown, doesn't activate.
The stone here is clawed and torn, and smells of spices and rot. The whispering voice speaks again. Go back, fool. Every step you take only hastens your doom. The last of the pirate's sarcophagi crumbles to dust. The air here is so cold that frost rimes the stones. The chill seems to have come from beneath the water.
I die and ready to roll with my wizard and my goblin crew. Basement of onions and Mountain Dew. Black light, let the dungeons and the dragons begin. It's D&D.
This is Grey Garl's lost
Of your
the chest opens. Sucks the lamp with a despairing shriek. Old Grey Garl dissolves like a pestilent vapor. The cold suffusing the air begins to fade.
Warcane, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Warcane, thank you for the follow. Jasmine, welcome in. Finish him. Thank you for the follows.
A cave extends deep into the rock behind this waterfall.
Yeah. Well, Shadowdale is the most populated server currently. Sooner, thank you for the follow. Or, thank you for the sub. You now have a founder's badge.
A small building stands curiously alone in the center of the cove. The loathsome orc captain of the ill fate stands before you.
PRR, melee power, strength. Just anything that's really good for
Agility and physical endurance will be paramount in overcoming this challenge.
for your overall melee. Do I still have that stupid item on me? Oh. I don't mind them when you can do them properly. Nice to have a bard and someone who can just break all the boxes.
This appears to be a reset mechanism. The challenge was no match for your sharp wit. The portcullis rumbles open. You hear a metallic clanking from behind. Closer.
On this guy, he is a completionist. He's working on his racials right now. This is his second dump here life. So he's got 24 heroic past lives, 31 epic, 14 racials, and 5 iconics.
You have weathered Rackham's inferno. A few burns and sweat coat your skin.
And this is just my streaming tune. My favorite class is Barbarian, by far.
Penzance, first mate of the ill fate, motions for you to come over and speak with him.
I have tuned for streaming. My main is on Cormier. I've been playing since 2007. No, my original server was Zoriat before Zoriat was eventually merged. And then I was on Thelanis.
You survived the gruels of Rackham's trial. A small building.
Cormier wasn't a thing back in the day.
In the center of the cove.
Cormier is actually fairly new, considering it's one of the 64-bit servers. Yeah, sure. I've got a few tunes on Shadowdale. I'm usually at endgame doing raids and things like that, but I enjoy the TR train too.
I'm just checking on this so I can. Nope. Okay.
The rogue is super worried about XP.
The current is drawn into
He wanted to
an
grab
opening in
XP
the
pots and
rock
everything.
just large enough to wiggle through. A thick fog rises up from the water as voices of pirates float along the current. Moonlight shines. The entryway into the pirates' compound rumbles open. A strong breeze gusts from across. Suddenly, the clanking of wood and metal intensifies.
Yes. Have yourselves a great night. Or morning. Or whatever.
Chilling air gusts out. It smells of raw, bloody meat. You hear the gnawing and crunching of... Again, the clattering of Warforged. Once... When you pull the lever, you have cleared the cave of all the spiders. A voice calls out from the back of the room. Please come.
Yes, thank you.
Bellows. How dare you interfere with my operation? The Scrag. You defeated the captain and ended his illegal smuggling operation.
If we go and talk to Farrier.
Farrier calls out to you. Do not touch anything. One wrong move could kill me. Please, speak with me first. You have freed Farrier Worley from the ancient prison. The current is drawn into an opening in the rock just large enough to wiggle through.
Sounds like my niece is crying. It's very dramatic. And door soon.
This mine has not been worked since the pirates first claimed the cove. It now serves to separate pirate from peasant.
And
The enchanted mosaic here leads up and past the drawbridge above. The enchanted mosaic here leads to the end of the drawbridge, then over the edge to the room below. A strange pedestal sits in the middle of this room. This must be where you will piece together the idol. The ground shakes as you have found the first piece of the idol of Halach. The second piece of the air around you swelters with the heat given off by unseen machinery.
I usually grab that one. That's just down below the bridge.
The idol of Halach's legs are nearby.
Next level, I get to see what kind of damage a Lemordian weapon does on this guy.
The idol's third piece has been
I do
located.
have the Nightforge Avengers blade, but I want to use it's still bugged.
The idol is nearly complete. Only one piece left to find. You have found the last piece. Now return to the pedestal at the entrance and reconstruct the idol of Halach. done. The scoundrel's run is over.
This mine has not been worked since the pirates first claimed the cove. It now serves to separate pirate from peasant. Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
The air here is hot and stinks of brimstone. Vile fumes sting your eyes. From beyond the door come low, chanting voices, and a disturbing feeling like something stirring deep within the earth.
Sister's giving it a bunch of shit.
On a ledge, high above the lake of magma, you sense something unholy and foul.
Gotta deal with light. I actually take double damage from light.
The altar of the dragon below lies ahead. As the first altar crumbles, a dark presence seems to gather just beyond the edges of your vision. The dragon below awakes. The second altar breaks, and you feel a faint tremor below your feet. The dragon stirs. The air grows more stifling, the sulphurous stench more nauseating. The heart of the mountain lies ahead. Howl greets you from across the chasm. Make Murug, high shaman of the dragon below, thunders with rage. As Make Murug falls, shouts something in an eldritch language. The stones echo his words, then are still.
In.
The third altar collapses, and the dark presence seems to lift from the caves. The dragon below's power is broken.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you. Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
Where before the caves were merely hot, now they are sweltering. The air itself seems on the verge of catching fire. The voices of the ogres are silenced, but now there is something even more ominous. An old and mighty anger you can feel through the door. Waves of baking heat wash up the tunnel, and with them a hate so pure it seems almost physical. The last elemental awaits. All over the fire caves, Mephit's voices cry out in despair.
Hey, wow.
Slain one and all.
and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
And these in a bit.
You spot a bent figure in the distance. The hag gives a surprised laugh, then scuttles off.
What the fuck we do with the cat? Quit tormenting that cat. Quit bullying. Quit fat shaming.
This soaring structure is Winwood Hall, the home of Lord Arden and the local center of the summer court.
You awake from your unexpected slumber. At first, things seem as before. You're still at Winwood Hall, and Melody is still standing beside the bed. Then you realize that Lord Arden is missing, and so are the flower and the lute you need for the ritual. Melody begins speaking in a familiar voice.
Lord Arden's true name? Of course I know it. But it's for me to know and for you to never get. Now, be a good adventurer and die to monsters in the wilderness, while I go make sure Lord Arden never, ever wakes up.
She cackles as she teleports away. You see creatures milling around near the gate to Winwood Hall. Then
You
you
go do
notice
controls.
that things seem different. This isn't the Feywild. You are trapped inside a dream. You approach a shadowy form that appears to be Lord Arden, reading a note with a worried expression on his face. The figure doesn't notice your presence. Inside the magically sealed gazebo ahead floats the frosted cerise you need for the ritual. 3 bears rest outside. Magical talking bears, no doubt. This is the Feywild, after all. You've recovered the frosted cerise for the ritual. You spot movement underneath the bridge. Moving closer, you see a nasty-looking troll guarding the missing loot. Bits of troll and drops of its blood splash into the river as the battle progresses. The bits grow rapidly into new bridge trolls that join the fight. The grove surrounding a stone ring is notably out of place. You're sure there's nothing like it on this spot in the real Feywild. But while it seems out of place, nothing seems to be happening here at the moment. You've recovered Hearsome's loot for the ritual. You've recovered both the loot and the frosted cerise. Now, where has Melody hidden Lord Arden? You notice a pillar of magical energy streaming from a distant portal.
Yeah, it looks like a bug.
That contains the secret. You approach the portal grove, but a pixie flutters into your path.
She said to make sure you didn't make it to her. I won't let you get near them. I won't let him wake up.
Bug.
You awake from your unexpected slumber. At first, things seem as before. You're still at Winwood Hall, and Melody is still standing beside the bed. Then you realize that Lord Arden is missing, and so are the flower and the loot you need for the ritual. Melody begins speaking in a familiar voice.
Lord Arden's true name? Of course I know it. But it's for me to know and for you to never get. Now, be a good adventurer and die to monsters in the wilderness while I go make sure Lord Arden never, ever wakes up.
She cackles as she teleports away. You see creatures milling around near the gate to Winwood Hall. Then you notice that things seem different. This isn't the Feywild. You are trapped inside a dream. You approach a shadowy form that appears to be Lord Arden, reading a note with a worried expression on his face. The figure doesn't notice your presence. You spot movement underneath the bridge. Moving closer, you see a nasty-looking troll guarding the missing loot. Inside the magically sealed gazebo ahead floats the frosted cerise you need for the ritual. 3 bears rest outside. Magical talking bears, no doubt. This is the Feywild, after all. Bits of troll and drops of its blood splash into the river as the battle progresses. The bits grow rapidly into new bridge trolls that join the fight. You've recovered the frosted cerise for the ritual. You've recovered Hearsome's loot for the ritual. You've recovered both the loot and the frosted cerise. Now, where has Melody hidden Lord Arden? You notice a pillar of magical energy streaming from a distant portal. Perhaps that contains the secret. You approach the portal grove, but a pixie flutters into your path.
She said to make sure you didn't make it to her. I won't let you get near them. I won't let him wake up.
The pixie smirks.
You won't get past my friends and me. So long as they are alive, their devotion will sustain me eternally.
A portal opens as the pixie collapses. In his last moments, he says,
You haven't won yet. You still need the true name.
You exit the portal and find yourself in a strange, empty void. Yet that appears to be Lord Arden's resting place ahead. Between you and Lord Arden stands Cadence the Hag. She must have been disguised as Melody the Apothecary the entire time. Cadence prepares for battle.
Thrice damned adventurers never know when to quit. I should have seen that you can't trust a pixie to do a hag's work.
Cadence finishes her conjuration. Slimes emanating a frigid mist suddenly appear nearby.
You killed my sister, so I'll have to make do with these vile cauldron leftovers. I wouldn't go anywhere near them personally now. Be a dear and die for good this time.
Weakened and battered, Cadence tries to surrender.
All right. That's enough. You need what I have. So then, let's make a deal.
You've reluctantly decided to allow Cadence to live, in exchange for Lord Arden's true name. You lay out the ingredients for the ritual and repeat the steps to reverse the curse. First, play the lute. Then, grind up the flower's roots. Last, burn the roots along with Lord Arden's true name. You play a brief melody on Hirsam's lute. You mash the flower's roots into a pulp with little effort. You set a small blaze, then drop the crushed roots and Lord Arden's true name into it, completing the ritual. As the smoke rises, Lord Arden's eyes open. He springs out of the bed. Lord Arden thanks you for awakening him from this curse. He urges you to speak with him back at Winwood Hall in the waking world. A motley group of redcaps guards the gate ahead. It's strange that a noble of the summer court would retain those violent, unpredictable creatures as servants. The sprawling courtyard seems deserted. A lone tower looms ahead. Lord Xavier will likely be found inside. This storehouse is occupied by a very energetic chest. It gapes at you with a big, toothy grin and speaks.
Approach, friends! I am Riddlelock! Come, let us talk!
Eladrin guards wearing the garb of the summer court await you in this room. One of them holds up a hand to hail you.
Strangers, I would parley before we come to blows. You may step forward in safety to speak.
You are faced with an unavoidable battle with the Eladrin. You have chosen to stay your blows and spare their lives, even at the risk of your own. More redcaps. These look like they have fresh blood on their weapons. Most of these Eladrin appear to be victims of the redcaps. Whoever has replaced Greymoss must be desperate now. You have reached the top of the tower, where a regal Eladrin silently awaits your approach. He appears to be alone.
I'm still here. But your precious Greymoss is dead, trusting idiot. Who told you the Prince of Frost wanted you dead, Me? Who said these Outlander dotes were his tools? Yeah, me. But it was you who was supposed to die willingly on their blades as a distraction while I do Hirsam's bidding. But no, guess I just have to kill you all myself now.
The hag's form splits into several mirror images. You'll need to watch closely to see which one is the real threat.
Think again.
The hag dies, screeching to the last. After a moment, the Viscount rises to his feet and blurts,
Who was that? What's going on? I demand an explanation!
The party here is in full swing, and Cascading Springs Cottage is clearly the worse for wear for it. A harried housemaid waits on the raucous satyrs. A satyr calls to you as you enter the courtyard.
Hello there. Welcome to our revels. There's food in the kitchen and drink, well, everywhere, including the floor, I see. Make yourself at home, and don't forget to pour one out for our dear host. To Lord Arden, may his slumbers be peaceful.
The gardener says he left some magic seeds inside the conservatory. Seeds that instantly grow into giant, sprawling weeds. The cook tells you that Lord Arden hid the key to the spring house. That way the satyrs wouldn't find his flash boom powder. She has no idea where the key is now. The lush collection of potted plants suggests that this room is the conservatory. A note next to the sack of seeds reads, Slakeweed. Keep away from sunlight and damp soil. You drop a few of the magic seeds on the ground. Huge weeds burst from the earth, and the thirsty plants quickly drain the moisture from the surrounding soil. A group of partygoers dance and sway to a tune played by a very weary-looking minstrel. This large key is labeled Spring House. It seems someone was trying to hide it. It's surprising to find a large, well-stocked library in a house given over to an endless party. It's even more surprising to find a sphinx sitting in the middle of it. Water gushes up from the ground in one corner of the room, forming a large pool. This must be the cascading spring the house is named after. This large barrel is marked Flashboom Powder in large letters. In even larger letters below are the words, Keep away from open flame. Towering weeds spring up the instant you cast the magic seeds on the ground. The twisting brambles suck up every drop of water nearby, leaving Cascading Springs dry as a bone. The careless satyr swings his torch too close to the powder keg, which explodes in a shower of sparks. The partygoers turn to balk at the spectacle. It's a simple task to remove the sign. The satyrs are still distracted by the recent fireworks. You deftly replace the cottage sign with the sign from the library. Seething with anger, the master of the revels reluctantly agrees to leave.
A deal's a deal, it's true. We'll leave, but Nothing in the deal says we can't rip you to shreds on our way out.
The revels have finally ended, and not in the way the satyrs expected.
These root tunnels are full of life, yet something seems off. A sense of unease hangs in the air. Time to find the source of the corruption you've been asked to stop. An ugly red magic barrier blocks the way down to the tree's heart. A strange red light fills these root tunnels, draining away the life in them. The barrier flickers out as the first orb is destroyed. As the second orb shatters, that sense of unease you felt fades a little. The barrier collapses when the third orb is destroyed, lifting the sense of dread from this area. A second barrier blocks the path down. You expect there are more orbs powering it. Blights pull themselves free from the root walls and attack. The root tunnel ahead looks nearly dead. It's begun to rot away in places. With the final orb in the northern root tunnels destroyed, crackling sounds can be heard from the barrier. The root tunnel lurches suddenly as several blights form. A shudder of relief passes through the tree's roots as the last orb in the northwest tunnel shatters. With the orbs gone, the second barrier collapses in on itself with an audible crackle. Corrupting magic pours down the corridor in palpable waves, draining life from the tree. The Fomorian bellows. Stop them, Voidfang! The Guldias tree ritual must not be interrupted! With a single magic word, the Fomorian snaps the barrier back into place. However, you notice a crack in the base of the barrier you can squeeze through. Eargold the Blightmaster snarls. Turn back, vermin. You're not powerful enough to stop me from turning this into a Guldias tree. Eargold the Blightmaster crumples to the ground, gasping. I was so close. So close. The Fomorian is dead, and the ritual ended. All that's left is to tell the pixies it's safe to return to the blessed tree. Within the distance of just a few short steps, the temperature plummets and snow covers the ground. Whatever caused this sudden change in the climate surely wasn't natural. Bitterspine Palace, home to the Baron and Baroness Bitterspine, and one of the many holdings of the Prince of Frost.
You have arrived at Bitterspine Palace, home of one of the Prince of Frost's vassals. You proceed with caution. Whether you're expected by the Baroness or not, the Prince of Frost's cold reputation is known throughout the Feywild. The Prince of Frost stands before a throne overlooking the crowded ballroom, the Baroness beside him. However, the third throne on the dais stands empty. The air chills as the Archfey points a finger toward you.
Why have you disturbed me with your presence, Outlander?
If I may, my prince, says the Baroness, a connection in the Summer Court sent word of the Outlander's arrival. I have granted them an audience with me. I assure you, they will not disturb the ball. You're told that Osha loathes extravagant parties such as this one. He's likely to be avoiding the crowd somewhere, perhaps out on the windward balcony. You hear a bell chime in the ballroom as you pull this lever. You hear a bell chime in the ballroom as you pull this lever. You notice a bizarre painting depicting the Wintertide ballroom. To your surprise, you're able to step through it and into the ballroom itself. This door leads out to the windward balcony. From the dim gems on either side, you can see that it has been sealed to prevent guests from following Osha outside. As soon as you shut your eyes, you hear a cold chittering. When you open them, the ice spider is already upon you. The ice spider shatters and dissolves into a snowy mist. Now that the creature has been destroyed, the head waiter will unlock the treasure vault for you. You step out into the snowy garden. A peculiar patch of grass grows in its center, along with a flower that emanates a magical, chilly aura. The flower crumples away into nothing in the palm of your hand, and instantly regrows in the soil. The newly sprouted flower glows blindingly for a moment, and, unexpectedly, a shockwave rocks the palace. To your surprise, the ballroom is now covered in twisting vines and familiar flowers.
I thought I eradicated those flowers a millennia ago. Now they're everywhere.
Snarls the Prince of Frost.
Outlander, we'll fix this. I'll turn you into a block of ice.
Lady Lazuli informs you that there were only 2 Eladrin nobles she didn't recognize in attendance tonight. She knows who can tell you more. The Snowdrift, the resident social butterfly of the Prince of Frost's court. Lord Beryl says that Dame Allegra has gone to explore the Prince of Frost's quarters. Speaking with her is the next step in solving this plant puzzle.
Hey, baby. Good girl. Good puppy.
An Eladrin noble stands at the base of the stairs that lead to the Prince of Frost's quarters. This must be Dame Allegra, the mysterious newcomer you're looking for. Dame Allegra saw a hooded stranger plant the frosted cerise in the garden. She bids you to follow her there, so she can help you search for clues about the culprit. A frost giant snores on the floor of this chamber. Clearly, he didn't think anyone would dare to intrude in the Prince of Frost's private quarters. You find yourself in a surprisingly sparse chamber. But even in such a bare room, you know there must be something hidden inside. The spout on this fountain turns like a door handle. A secret passage slides open along the back wall. Hidden away in this room stands a sculpture of a woman. Its plaque reads, "For my love." The Prince of Frost had hidden a journal inside a sphere of ice. The journal details memories of his long-lost love, who died thousands of years ago. As you drop the journal, the Frost Giant bursts into the room, along with a squad of red-capped guards. The Frost Giant collapses onto the floor with a heavy thud.
So. You guys can go away.
Have you come for the hag? Asks the master of the hunt. They hunt us. So, you think you don't need my help? The master of the hunt laughs. I will enjoy watching this. Good hunting! The hag will try to avoid the huntsman. That doesn't mean, though, they're invincible. Where would the sport be in that? Muses the master of the hunt. Each of my huntsmen are bound to the hunt, but when you remove their banner, you free them of their service. What they do with their freedom is your problem, not mine. The master of the hunt chuckles. If you like, you can defeat wild beasts out there to gather more lost banners, then use them to corral the hag towards me. Miss Gully, she will find true death in my hand.
Oh, where did I put it? Where did it go?
Beatrice mutters, rubbing her hands.
Oh, Cadence will have my head, and Hirson will turn us into worms.
Seems you didn't need my help after all. Impressive! Come see me for your proper reward.
Oh, I thought I'd go in. There you go. Hmm.
You make your way deep into the Kelpie's underwater grotto, protected by the Eladrin's magics. Now where is the lost keepsake you were sent to find? You hear the murmur of confused voices coming from up ahead. A magical light fills this chamber and glints off of something mounted to the back wall. The first lever is pulled, and a deep rumble travels through the water. A strange noise, distorted by the water, comes from further down the corridor. It sounds like growling. The light filtering through this shallow pool illuminates a lever set into the far wall. There's an audible pop as the second lever is pulled and the barrier in the main hall dissipates. A group of Kelpies rushes in to block the path.
Come for the bauble, have ye? You're not that first.
Booms an exceptionally large and powerful Kelpie as it charges.
Every time we take it, your advent sends someone to fetch it back. It's an endless supply of fresh fare for us.
The Kelpie Lord calls out.
I can see you're no easy prey, but the struggle makes the feast all the sweeter. Elementals, attend me!
The Kelpie Lord falters, then collapses, diffusing into clumps of ragged weeds. You spot the Eladrin's lost keepsake perched atop a nearby chest.
The Rado. I gotta go do stuff. Okay. As per usual, everybody show some love to Yusuke. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great night, morning, wherever you are. Be back tomorrow.